What's up, everybody? We are going to be talking about SummerSlam today, and in the crowd was our man Kerp was there, and he's going to give us the insider info. It's Garrett, it's Joe, it's Wrestle Fandom Radio.
Yeet. And Garrett's really good at the timing of this.
It says playing live. I don't know why it's not doing it.
Okay, so there's the intro, guys.
It says playing live. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on.
SummerSlam was this past weekend.
It was so good.
It was a roller coaster. Kerp, you were man on the ground. So I think the best way to do this, we run through the card and we talk about our reactions. Kerp, you tell us what is there, and if you got anything to share with us there, Josh, throw it up on there. Let us know. We'll share the screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some of these videos off of my phone. It says it's working on it. But I'll tell you, like, being there in the atmosphere,
right?
Hands down. I've been to 2 Manias. We were talking about it before the show started. Been to 2 Manias.
Now it goes.
Now the intro came in.
Now it goes. Hold on. Let's just let it do his thing. There we go. Now we're done.
We're out.
Okay, great intro.
Don't know why it just was sitting there, didn't even touch it. Just came up on its own.
Garrett, you're fired.
Josh, this is a thing with me and electronic stuff.
Garrett cannot work electronics. You should have seen it when we were in the real studio.
Dude, I hit live.
Even worse.
I hit live. It says it's playing live, and it did nothing. And then
Garrett,
came up on its own.
It's done. It's over with. We're moving on.
We're moving on
now, okay?
It happened.
So
all right.
We're going to talk about the actual night. So night one. So, Josh, you said you've been to a couple PLEs now, right?
Yeah.
A couple Manias.
Couple Manias. First, like, non-Mania Big Four that I've been to. And the fact that they moved it to, like, 2 nights, I think was phenomenal. The card was, knowing day 2's card was going to be a lot stronger than day 1. I thought day 1, they did a pretty damn good job. Day 2 blew the roof off the damn place for the obvious reasons.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, being there, the electricity in the crowd, faces in the crowd, it was an unbelievable energy. Place was packed. Definitely not a place that I think they like inflated the numbers either. That place I think holds close to 70,000.
Yep.
So we were on the hard cam side, so everything behind the stage was blocked off. But the rest of the place was completely packed. Up, I think maybe the top like 4 rows across the whole stadium wasn't used.
When me, Samuels, and Insulin went to Detroit for SummerSlam 2 years ago, it was kind of same setup, hard cam side. Nobody was really back there, but the rest of Ford Field was completely just absolutely packed. Didn't like the electricity. Like I keep bringing it back to when Jey Uso came out during that. I've been to a million concerts and a million sporting events, and there are very, very few that have matched the energy of Jey Uso coming out and everybody in the crowd just getting their yeet on. All right,
place went nuts, dude. It was incredible. Yeah, that first match, we'll lead it in, bro.
Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus, I guess what they're calling the Vision now. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Maybe
with Paul Heyman.
Not a whole lot of confirmation yet, but yeah.
That's what it's a fit on the internet. They're now calling them the Vision.
Is it the Vision? All right, it's better than My Family Tree. So yeah, let's go.
So, I thought. So I had my theory last week, and it was that Seth was going to cash in. I thought there was going to be more cohesiveness come night 2, but I said Seth is going to cash in. And when Paul came out holding the briefcase, that all but confirmed it for me. Seth was cashing in. Okay. Mm-hmm. And when they tore this shit up. And Garrett, for our predictions that I have right here in front of me, we both got this one correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, Josh, what was the crowd's reaction to all this?
I wouldn't say it was stun. I think it was excitement. I think they ran out, Punk sitting in the ring. They really dragged it out perfectly. Having him coming obviously on the crutches, the little Willy Wonka kind of throwback thing that was going on. I thought that completely nailed it. The place just lit up because they knew it was coming.
Right.
I think they made a couple of mistakes like setting this up. The injury, I know not everybody's gotten an MRI, but the whole point of getting an MRI is to see through a swollen area.
Mm-hmm.
And so them saying that, I was like, okay, that just sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people were expecting it, but the crowd reaction was insane. Absolutely insane. They knew it was coming. Loved how it played out.
And so we had Roman and Jay they work so well together still. Like, and you can't, that's not something you really can teach. Chemistry is chemistry, especially these two guys who essentially have been wrestling around with each other since they were in diapers. Like, they grew up together. And honestly, like the Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker marriage wasn't always my favorite, but like I'm kind of digging them together now. Like they're like Rocksteady and Bebop to me in my head.
Yeah.
And Seth is like trying to be Shredder. Paul Heyman's your Krang, and then you got your Rocksteady and Bebop there. They're two big dumb animals, but they are very, very dangerous, especially together. And I love, because as somebody who's a big fan of Jordan's, I love the fact that they keep stealing Roman's J's.
Hilarious.
And that they're like rocking.
Hilarious.
It's
the Shula Fala, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, it's genius.
It really is. And then like
so good.
Spoiler alert: last night, a pair of AJ1s got robbed from Roman. So
next week he's gonna come out with the Reds on. It's gonna be different every time. Come on, dude.
And that's what's great about this is like Roman doesn't even care about the belt at this point. It's about like pride. And I love the fact that not everything that we care about has to be about the gold.
Right.
Like I love these stories that we don't have to care about the gold. I love this match. This was not my favorite match of the night, but damn near close.
Yeah.
And then my girl,
I wanted to call out though, dude.
Was
Roman Reigns taking that spear.
Right.
And so all throughout the Bloodline story, it was everything revolved around Roman, and everybody took one for the team, being the letter I. That I think is interesting thing to pick up on and how it's going to grow. As I'm willing to bet it's going to be a slow build to Survivor Series and some War Games match that's going to occur there. But that I think was the big key off.
And I agree, and I'm glad you mentioned that because Roman, that finally I think cements Roman is now a good guy. And it didn't happen in a way where Vince or whoever else is shoving him down our throat, telling, hey guys, here's your hero. Hey guys, here's your hero. It took him to be a bad guy and get beat by the hero. And for us now not to be the biggest fan of the hero a year and a half later, for us to be like, there's only one OTC.
Mm-hmm.
And for us to want him back, and it's far more natural. We're obviously far more receptive of it because it's not that we hated Roman. We hated being told that we loved Roman. I think was the biggest issue for that.
I think that him being pushed when he was pushed then was the last straw.
It was premature then.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
But it was the last straw for sure of Vince pushing people on that it wasn't natural. And like it, when things start to naturally happen, you have to give it, which is usually why I feel like things have been better under Triple H's, rule of it, because it's like if LA Knight under Vince never he wouldn't have even gotten the US title, because he came out and it happened organically and it was his thing. And what happened? Like he made himself.
Right.
It wouldn't have had. Oh, I didn't make that, so it's not going to happen. Screw you guys.
Right.
And that's the worst.
And then, all right. So second match of the night, we have new women's tag team champs, and I like what they're doing. Like watching Raw, like I like how they have now. They're the OGs. So like, oh yeah, we've been through it. Blah 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 blah. But we might as well win this together. We've done everything else. We might as well show these young bucks what's up. And what a fucking match. Like, they tore that shit down. And I'm glad Charlotte and Alexa win it. Like, I'm not a huge Raquel Rodriguez fan. I'm a huge Roxanne Perez fan.
Yeah, he is.
But like, Judgment Day is not that good right now. So let's put it on the girls and let's see what we can run with. I loved it. What did you guys think about it?
I don't know. I didn't feel the same way. I didn't get that from an energy perspective either. I think it was just one of those, like, you're going to get a consistent match out of the people that were in there. I'm a little bit tired with, like, just knowing where this is going to go. Mm-hmm. You know, there's going to be some sort of loss, split. They're going to fight at a PLE. It's just too predictable at that point.
I'm glad you said that, because I want to circle around to something last night when we're done with this and when we talk about last night. So I want to end it with what you just said.
See, I think that's what they want us to think. I think the women's War Game match is going to be an Alexa Charlotte team versus another team that face off together. I don't think we're going to get the typical, hey, we're buddies. Oh, no, now we hate each other, and now we're going to have a singles thing. I think you're going to see a unified front and have them leave as
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so, because it's just a tired kind of mechanic that you just keep getting it over and over. But I do say that I think they put on a pretty safe match. Mm-hmm. It was entertaining. The crowd was at least involved with it, so I'll take it.
All right. Then we had the match. I still don't get the storyline. I'm over this storyline. The match itself was awesome because they both can throw down. I just hate the storyline because it means nothing. Sammy versus Karrion.
Yeah.
Garrett, this was the first one you and I got wrong.
Because why does he need to go up again? Why? I don't get it. I love Sami Zayn. I want Sami Zayn to win the Rumble and be the world champ. This is what I want. Okay. But I don't understand this storyline. You know,
I don't get it at all. I don't care about it. It's typically, Josh, when we're doing our Raw review every week, it's Karrion beat Sammy. Nobody cares what's going on with
it. It's so confusing to me, and they tend to do this with people that, like, get themselves over. I mean, his little shoot promo that he did, just losing his mind. I thought that was the spark he needed. The crowd was totally into Karrion Kross.
Beautiful.
And then they do nothing.
I'm lost. I don't know what they're doing with him. And it sounds like to me like they haven't gotten the contract renegotiated, so I could see that as the off-ramp. I'm hoping it's not, but to me, if it's not an off-ramp, it's a fucking waste. So I don't know what they're doing.
It really is.
What I don't understand is, like, I want you to admit you're a bad person. Oh, if I want you to admit I'm not a bad person. It makes no fucking sense. It was a great match, but the storyline's absolute trash. Mm-hmm. Then this is the first one where I was correct and Garrett was incorrect.
Yeah.
It's Tiffy time still, baby. She beat Jade. I don't understand it. I do understand it because I don't think Jade has gone over the way they anticipated Jade is. Jade is almost fitting that Roman role right now. And Jade is just not it. I don't know if she needs to work on her character, in-ring skills, or in-ring mic skills, something, but she's not doing it for me. She had this hype. Like, she had hype that was bigger than Jacob Fatu's coming in. And look what he's done in the last year compared to what she's done in the last year.
Do you think she needs a Becky Lynch, the man moment?
Kind of. And I'm curious to see what they do with her, because everything I've heard about her is she has an ego, and I'm sure she's not happy with how she's being treated. The match was good. It was a serviceable match. Wasn't anything that I'm going to remember about next year or even next week. Josh, how did the crowd feel about it there?
Dead. Nobody gave a shit. And I think ultimately, like, she's not the greatest worker in the ring. She's not a great worker on the mic. She's obviously got the look. I think what AEW with like kind of pitching her as, your female Goldberg, I think was phenomenal because it worked with what you had. But they're trying to like build her into something, and every angle that they take just fails.
I agree.
And so I think this was one of those things where they felt like this is the way to go. They probably called this one off, that they were going to take it off of her and send it to Jade, because I don't really think there's anywhere to go in like any sort of natural feud.
The only thing I can think of is they're just going to kind of end this and maybe give Jade a break. Wait till Bianca comes back. Like I don't know. But like the wrestling was great. It wasn't anything spectacular. And then we had the gimmick match of the night. The Scottish Psychopath versus the Problem Child, Logan Paul, versus RK Roll.
So
I mean, it was what it was.
Right. So Josh, I gotta know how they reacted to Jelly Roll there then live. Like, how was that?
So I'm getting goosebumps just hearing, because I haven't yet to watch the show on the broadcast. But what we thought this was the piss break match, we were wrong. The insane chain of events of like switching into that match. The crowd was insane. Absolutely insane. Every spot. I thought Jelly Roll did a phenomenal job.
Oh, he did. He crushed it.
Yeah. I mean, and these are things that you want from, a veteran, but, kind of setting up, bracing himself like way too early for certain spots. But overall, murdered it. The whole cell with him coming back in, the whole kind of like Mankind situation.
Yep.
Crowd loved it. They chewed up everything. I thought it was well done. Crowd was super engaged. It was a good segue to the finale.
Like it was what it was. Like I was entertained. The only thing that kind of like got me a little bit is I still wish Jelly Roll was big when he was in this, because then he'd be far more intimidating than like. Because
he's still a big dude. He's still 300 pounds.
But he's only like my height, and like you don't notice that until like he's standing up next to Randy Orton, and Jelly Roll, who's supposed to be this big dude, is up to his shoulder. Yeah. And it's like, Randy Orton and his son are wrestling Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Like, yeah. But no, I was entertained. I thought he did great, especially for somebody who's never done anything like this, like remotely like this. I thought he crushed it. It was a fun match. Like, and you're keeping Randy safe by putting him in a match like this. You're keeping everybody safe. You're good. And then we had our main event. Well, I'll call it our co-main event.
Right.
Garrett's brother, Phil, Garrett's favorite wrestler of all time.
Fucking Phil.
The best in the world, CM Punk, defeats Gunther. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
So here's my only issue.
That CM Punk won?
No, literally not at all. Because also know how I feel about Gunther. I don't see the draw to Gunther, right?
There is none.
But for some reason, everyone, all the brass in the back love him, right? But I don't understand what they're then doing with him, because now every time there's now he's 3 for 3 on big time matches. He lost the IC at WrestleMania to Sammy. He lost the heavyweight at WrestleMania to Jay. He lost the heavyweight to Punk at SummerSlam. Right? If you want this dude to be your big, heavy, reliable champ who's always going to keep losing, why have him lose to Punk? Especially if you're going to have a cash in. If he has to go away because he's having surgery and you want him to still look big when he comes back, why not have Seth have Punk hit Gunther with a go to sleep and Gunther rolls out of the ring, and Punk is like, oh, where's it going? And then Seth comes out, and then all of that happens anyways. You still screw Punk, you still do all this stuff. I only from the perspective of, I don't understand why Punk would beat Gunther, is because they want him to look big, but he can't. But he loses every big match to people he's way bigger than. I think they're done. I don't get it, dude.
I think they're done with Gunther.
If they're going to be done with Gunther, even after he comes back from his surgery, then I will understand it more.
I think they're giving a break and they're going to reassess. It's kind of like with Roman, how they kept on having him leave and he'd come back and he kind of was reinvented. Because the character Gunther has now is something that would have worked in 1992. It's not a character that we need now. Even with the different country-specific characters we've got, like take Rusev, for example. Like when he came in, he was the Bulgarian brute, but that evolved into something more. Now we're all grateful that every day is Rusev Day. By the way, happy Rusev Day, guys. I forgot to say it earlier.
Speaking of another return that like fell flat, I love Rusev, but like what are they doing?
Again, they instead of they need to
Falling
go back
flat.
It's one of those things where it's okay to go back to what we had before and reinvent it and bring that back, where like Jericho would always completely reinvent himself when he came back. And I think that's what they're trying to do. Fuck that. Give me Rusev Day back. Give me Rusev and Gunther. I bet you they would tear it up. They're both
oh my god, yeah,
awesome technicians.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was an amazing match, and Punk stayed victorious for about a minute.
Yeah, 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. He broke it broke Drew's short reign. So it was shorter than that, which was also genius, I think, to be honest.
So we have the man who arguably has the greatest cash-in of all time against Brock and Roman, the heist of the century. Now what they're calling the ruse of the century, faking the injury. And like Josh had said a little bit earlier on, it was pitch perfect. The coming out on the crutches, the pick him up and the Willy Wonka style drop him and run in and then beating the piss out of Punk with that briefcase. Cashing in and not being a one-time cash-in winner, a two-time cash-in winner. I thought it was poetry in motion myself. Like
I loved
pure cinema.
I
know Todd's not here tonight. Todd's gonna be taking a couple of weeks off. He's got some stuff going on. Todd absolutely hates it, and he wanted Punk to. And I get it. I would love. I love both versions of it, but I love having Seth being the big bad guy and making Punk work from the bottom to earn it back up.
Right. But now he gets to go on the crusade. Right. And like the other thing is too, is like, he's going to end up needing help.
Right? Are you going to help your brother, Garrett?
Fuck no. No, that he still owes me for Earth Day 2014. Okay. Like the stuff he does in the family is just, it's the worst. He's the worst. If you were around, if you came to more of my family events, Joe, you would get it. You would understand. Okay. I keep inviting you. You need to come anyways. But now he's going to need friends, which he notoriously doesn't have because he's a loner and he does all this stuff to people. Right. So if he's going to take it, Punk cannot handle the three that he's in his 40s. He cannot handle the other guys at all. He's going to need help. And this crusade to get it back is going to be phenomenal TV. It's going to be so good that I can't, again, this story is another thing that going back to what Josh just said that we're going to go back to after we talk about the very end of Raw. So
yeah.
So that was night one, guys. Garrett,
night 2.
1 out of 10.
Night 1.
What do you give it out of 10?
A 10 out of 10. That night 1 was for me was a 10 out of 10 altogether. Did it dip a little bit? Sure, but night 1 as a whole, 10 out of 10.
Todd messaged us and said, hate it.
I know he hates it.
Yeah, I would give it an 8. I really felt like the both of the women's matches didn't really provide much of anything. I thought they really nailed it with the ending.
All right, you're right.
I'm happy with Gunther with how I like what they're doing with him personally, because he is that mountain for people to be able to get over because his presentation is so unstoppable. I just didn't like the finish. I thought they knew his nose was messed up. I think there's reports about that before he was before the weekend even started. But who have you seen go face first into a table and then come out a bloody mess after that? Like that is a common bounce someone's head off the table, bounce him off the ring post. Nobody splits open. So I thought that was a little bit lame. I think they could have figured out a way to turn the table and have Punk, be able to rally back. But it was very rushed finish. But again, I agree with the poetry. I think it was a well thought out, well get Punk over the top, have him almost to tears, and then just blow him out of the water. I think we're going to be in for another good 6 months here.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
and I'd also
this will go to Mania.
I'd give it an 8, and just because the Roman and Jay match was awesome. I loved the Charlotte and Alexa match. Everything there was no bad wrestling. Everything was good wrestling. It was just some of the storylines I don't give a fuck about. So then we had night 2. So what I'm going to ask you, Josh, how did it feel energy-wise when you first got there, coming into night 2 after you've now had night 1? Everybody else, you've had time to rest, you've had time to digest it. Is there more excitement for night 2, or is it waning a little bit?
It was not waning at all. I would say there was more, which
That's
was not.
awesome.
That's what I wasn't expecting. I think everybody knew the card was going to be way better than the first night. And the first night, I thought everybody left happy. But it was from bell to bell, a lightning storm. The place was just on fire.
It was a very, very fast-paced, and considering it had the same number of matches as the previous night, there really wasn't a time where you could kind of like just sit back and chill. We started it off with the women's triple threat for the championship with Naomi, Rhea, and Io. And I have to say, me and Garrett were both incorrect with our guess that Mommy was going to get her belt back. And I think it's brilliant because I hate Naomi as a heel, as I should. And I'm digging it. She annoyed me as the Glow. I hate her as a heel, this caution sign nonsense. And I'm digging the fact that I hate her. Mm-hmm. I'm not hating her because it's not interesting. This is the most interesting Naomi's ever been.
Yeah, I'm hating her because I'm supposed to.
Right.
Which means she's doing a great job, which means she's essentially female Shooter McGavin. Okay.
Right. Yeah,
so she's doing a good job. So you hate her, but you love that you hate her.
To the mental hospital. She's going to help Rhea and Io. So, but no, I thought it was another great way to start off night 2. Not as good as the way they start off night 1, but dude, it was a great way to start off. I loved it. It wasn't like the best match ever, but it got the juices flowing, getting ready for everything else, because everything else, guys, after this, it was just nonstop. After this, we had Naomi. She wins. She retains at SummerSlam. Awesome. I thought it was amazing. What did you guys think?
I actually have a question for it. Do you think that they had a triple threat because they don't still fully believe in Naomi?
No, I think they had a triple threat because they wanted us to think they didn't believe in Naomi.
See, all right.
That's what I think it was.
Yeah.
I think they're like, oh, well, Io just had it. You know what? They're going to think Rhea's going to get it back, and we're going to swerve the shit out of them. And that's what they did. They absolutely swerved it, and I was okay with it. Yeah. Absolutely okay with it.
But I think she needs to win some serious matches.
You got this right, Garrett, actually. What? I got it wrong. You got this right. You picked
that Naomi retained? Yeah.
You picked Naomi.
I honestly couldn't remember what I said for that. Or for Becky and Lyria. I honestly don't remember what I said.
We both picked Lyria, actually.
Yeah. Because I don't understand why they're still in the feud. It ended now. Yeah.
After last night, it makes a lot more sense. But then we had a 6-pack tables, ladders, and chair match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Let's fucking go. We had the
chaos.
6. Andrade and Rey Fenix, DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits just destroy. Like, how any of them are going to perform this week on Raw and SmackDown, I won't know. But before we get into it, how drastically insane, because it's so different, does Dexter Lumis fucking look? It's like the you knew in high school that you thought was going to do big things, and you see 10 years later, and he might have been doing a little too much horse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like, dude's got dreads and like everything else, and I go, do you guys remember, to my kids, I'm like, you remember what he looked like a year ago? They're like, no. And I'm like, he looked like Nazi Captain America. Like, and look at him now. Like, wow. But dude, chaos. I was pretty sure Angelo Dawkins died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Those spots were insane, dude.
I gotta know how it was live. Like, was it as insane?
Just chaos. Like you just couldn't focus on anything.
Right. So the 4 spot. I gotta know how the 4 spot. Like before, where were you seated? So how could you see? Were you looking down so you could actually see more outside of the ring, or were you on the ground?
Yeah, we were up in the 200s. I want to see if I've got a video of the 4 tables.
The 4 spot was.
I want to say something that normally would piss me off, but I love they did it. When they missed that spot with Gacy throwing him into the fucking ladder, and he like went off to the right of it, and then they went and they reset up and did it again and did it like immediately set it up.
No one cared.
I was so okay with that. I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, they did not give. They just looked at everyone like, did that happen? No. They got out. They did it. For real, it was so great.
That was actually, we forgot to mention on the night one, the crowd pop for Braun putting his shoulder straps back on to then take them back off was fucking gold. Absolutely gold. Yeah, I gotta, let me see if I could share this for you guys. I got a little 24. Let me see what I can do here. Oh, is this my whole screen? Oh, here we go. Share that. I don't know if this will come up. See, I don't think I can zoom in much further of it here, but.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, yeah, you were in a good spot.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
You could see everything.
Look at that! Look at that! Oh,
so good.
And like Garrett had pointed out how they like customized those 2 tables to fit the legs of the other table.
No, I think Todd pointed it out. Somebody pointed it out. Yeah.
What are you guys pointing it out? We have Captain Sam's is on here. The only women's match that should be a Mania is Rhea versus the EST. That's what Captain Sam said. So I loved it. It was complete chaos. We can't even attempt to try to go through it. We just talked about some of the great spots there. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it because it's insanity. And as Garrett and I predicted,
Johnny Wrestling killed his own wife.
Yeah. That looked gnarly.
I forgot about that. Candice LeRae tried to climb up the ladder and steal the belt for Johnny Gargano. And in turn, Johnny Gargano ended up destroying her. Like, and the kids are like, I think she's still dead. I think she might be really dead. She talking about taking a bump. Holy moly.
It looked like if you made a ladder out of a Lego set, that thing just like fell apart. She took the brunt of it. It did not look good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then match 3 was a no disqualification, no count out, last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And if Lyria lost, she can no longer challenge for the IC title as long as Becky's got it. And the man won.
Yeah,
but it makes sense to me now because I think they're going to start something with Lyria and Bayley,
right?
Especially with that backstage promo with Bayley apologizing and trying to. There's something that's going to go on there, whether it be like, you know what, Bayley now going after Becky, but then we have the Nikki Bella. Like we got some interesting things coming up. I don't know if I want to see Nikki Bella wrestle because I don't know if she still can because she barely could the first time.
Yeah, I'm not with it.
But Becky retained. Good match. It was besides the Cody and John match. It was the second longest match of the whole weekend, or third longest match of the whole weekend. The 2 main events were the longest, but it was a 25-minute match. It was a great match.
It felt like an eternity, honestly.
It got kind of slow towards the end. You could tell they were gassed, and they're not used to going for a half an hour long almost thing. But it was good. Now the match. Go ahead.
Was the cuff spot on the show? Did you see her come out of it and then have to shove her hands back in?
No,
because that was like crystal clear seeing it live, where she was in the middle of the ring and I can't remember what move she took. And then her arms were out, and she was like, "Oh shit!" and put them all back in. And then so she was trying to like twist her hands to keep them tight the rest of the match. And And I think she was trying to get them to come off on the fire extinguisher, and they were supposed to. So she just went under the ring and just took it off.
So that's what it was. They showed her try to do it on the rope, on the ring post, on the fire extinguisher, and it looked like, from our angle at least, that it broke when she was on the fire extinguisher because she was using it, sprayed it, used it again, and then her hands were
yeah,
free.
I'm going to try to catch the shows tonight or tomorrow, but yeah, it was fairly obvious. I'll be surprised if they didn't catch it on TV, but she came completely out and was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Had to stuff it back in there. But otherwise, yeah, I think it was just, okay, they're beating the shit out of each other for a
yeah,
minute.
It's supposed to be like a TLC kind of match. It's supposed to be kind of like that, and it did what it was supposed to do. I'm not sure I understand completely why Becky won and didn't, but we had one hell of a fucking match between Solo and Jacob.
I still don't understand why it was a steel cage match if we're gonna have the same type of fuckery that we got. I don't get it.
I don't even care, dude. I don't even care that Jacob didn't win. Jacob showed everybody in the WWE universe, everybody on the island of Samoa, everybody everywhere, that he deserves to be where he's at. And he is going to be, sooner or later, he is going to be champ.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
It makes sense. At least one of them, if not heavyweight.
Even
big.
Yeah, he'll, like, within the next, I'd say 2 years, if he keeps up with this and being how he is, 100%.
Especially if they keep everything on SmackDown, it would be cool to see him as heavyweight with Jimmy as the US. That would be cool to see.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't expect your guys' take on that. I thought that was the worst match of the weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I was very confused.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand
Jay
anything about it.
Or Jimmy coming out didn't make any sense to me.
I think Jimmy relevant again
to help, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why it was in a cage match. Like, I thought the match was going to be better, and then that obviously probably he was going to win. But
I think if they made it a cage match to make us think there was not going to be any fuckery, and
right?
They continued on with the fuckery.
So
it just doubles down on Solo being a douchebag. Is what it is.
I didn't quite get the angle, I guess. So,
all right, we got 2 more, and I got about 10 minutes till I got to go. We got Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles. It was a fun match, and it is what it is. Dominic, till this day, still is continuing to impress me. Like, I dug AJ's whole attire coming out in the fucking lowrider. I hope they release the AJ Styles Eddie Guerrero shirt. Like, I want that. And like the pants,
I'm surprised it's not already out there. Let's try.
I looked that night. I haven't looked since Sunday.
Hold on, I'll look.
But it was a fun match. It's one of those matches that it's that filler match where you kind of care about the storyline, but it is what it is. Like, it's not crazy at the end of the day kind of thing. But, you know. And then we had the 37-minute and 45-second street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship in John Cena's last SummerSlam match ever. How did we feel about the damn near hour of a match that we got to end Big Match John's run as a SummerSlam staple? Josh, you tell me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Josh.
That was the most invested. Getting goosebumps again. Most invested the crowd was the entire weekend. I would say the only thing that was like, was him coming out, from under the stage. I was like, I wonder how it played out on TV.
Dude, on TV, it looked amazing.
Yeah, see, that's why Joe and I loved it, because we watched it on TV, and I messaged him. I was like, cinema. It was great.
That's what sucks about these things. You'll see some of the behind the scenes shit, but then we're halfway through the match, and I look over and the floor's open, and I'm like, "Oh, tell me, final boss coming out of the floor, like something's gonna happen." And
that was my prediction.
I was like, damn it. But I could see it from the TV side. Like, you're not going to see that the entire match. They go under the ring, and then they hit to that camera and see him rising up with the lights and the smoke. I was like, okay, it looks really awesome. Good.
You got to look at it on TV. It was incredible.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But the crowd was bonkers, dude. Absolutely bonkers. Bell to bell, amazing.
It was a great way. And, like, even though Cody didn't turn heel at the end, like, I anticipated, like a lot of other people did. Like,
it's not that I anticipated it. It's that I want it.
Yeah.
But like, if you're looking at the writing on the wall, you could definitely see the chances of it leading that way with The Rock coming out, Cody doing the heel turn, and that's how Cena loses it. But instead, we have this really great moment with Cody and John. And Cody takes the belt as he wins, and he walks out. And then we hear something that we haven't heard in a long time. You know what? I'll just pull up the noise that we all heard, okay? And it wasn't on anybody's bingo card, all right? It wasn't anything anybody... We even discussed, and we talk about this every week, and we get this noise. Hang on, it's loading. There we go. And we hear this, guys. And what was the sound?
We got to know, Josh. What happened?
What happened in the crowd? Because I was messaging you, and you were like, oh, my God.
Yeah, that was something that we actually talked about earlier in the night because somebody heard that he was in Long Island for the weekend or something like that. I did not see that coming. The whole place just roof. Well, no roof on the place, but if there was, it's somewhere out in the middle of the Atlantic right now. It was huge pop, man. Huge pop.
And to come down, and do you know what's crazy about this? We had an almost 40-minute match. And the part that, like, we're like, what the fuck about? Besides, like, because the match was great. Go back, watch it. It was just, but Lesnar coming back, especially amidst that. Honestly, I was one of the people like, oh, we'll never see Lesnar again because of everything that happened outside.
So
for him to come back and to be doubled down in the same character he was when he left. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm here for the belt, because he didn't give a shit about Cody walked away. He's here to finish off what he started a long, long time ago. Like, we are really getting, like, the greatest hits of Cena remixed, revamped, and I, for one, where's my wallet? Because you can take all of my money for it. Just take it all. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where they're going to go with it. You can only expect there's just going to be an ass beating that's happening, but little return to Suplex City. I don't think anybody's going to be.
Dude, and that F5 made the AAs that John threw on Cody look like nothing. Brock, like, how does he look more menacing than ever? Like,
he's easily lost weight.
He's leaned good up and he looks mean. He's been eating some of that elk out there in Minnesota. Holy shit. Getting his protein in. So night 2, what do we grade it, guys? I'm giving it a 9. Like, easy 9. 8.5 for the whole weekend.
I would actually take night 2 to an 8.5 and then give the whole SummerSlam a 9.
Okay,
that's where I go with that.
I think that's fair.
So then real quick with obviously stuff that happened last night. So Josh brings up a good point about us knowing where things are going to go or thinking we're knowing and then purposely being taken the regular way, or there's barely any really good surprises. Like, they had to fake a massive injury for us to not think that Seth was going to cash in at SummerSlam and screw over Punk.
Right.
In my opinion, the best thing that they could have done last night, they gave LA Knight a shot at the title and they said, you're banned from ringside. How last night should have gone, and then all the way and then take this to Survivor Series is instead of Punk coming out and costing LA Knight the match, what should have happened was you tank the ref, he goes to call out the rest of the division. They come running out, but security gets in the way. They're blocking them. Punk comes in and gives him a go to sleep. LA Knight gets the championship, which then sets up a triple threat match for all of them at the next one.
I think that's too much. I think what we're gonna have,
because we never would have seen it coming.
What I still think The Rock behind probably Seth Rollins' faction. Whether Cody gets involved in that or not, but now you have that last member for Team Cena against Team Rock. If that happens, because to me, that's the only thing that makes sense for Cena's last match, which should be Survivor Series, is a Cena versus Rock. But let's be honest, we're not going to get the Cena versus Rock that we all have in our heads that we want to see. So if you have Cena,
5, right? Is it 5?
Yeah, Cena, Roman Reigns. You have CM Punk, Jey Uso, and now LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. If you throw The Rock in there, and if Cody comes over, that's 5-on-5, and that would be
Brock.
Right, or Brock. Yeah, or Brock. Yeah, Brock. Throw Brock Lesnar in there instead of The Rock, and you got your fucking matchup right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where this all goes. I felt like SummerSlam was just the big reset button.
Yeah, and it typically is
the second half of the year.
Yep.
So I think we got a lot of options to go with.
All right. Well, with that being said, it is 5 p.m. and I have to go take my kids to football practice.
On the dot. Look, we finished that. It's perfect.
Tuesdays, check us out here. In a couple of weeks, we'll be bringing back Todd and Joe Morning Show. I just actually released a short today that I recorded with my kids that we put together, a Lego Galactus.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's
and
awesome.
It took us about an hour and a half, and I turned it into a minute video with some sped up and whatnot. But either this week or next week, I'll have some new MCFU. Check out the streaming stuff when we do streaming stuff. Josh, you are welcome to come back whenever you want, dude.
I appreciate you guys.
Literally anytime, buddy.
I appreciate you being my man on the ground this weekend and feeding me all the pictures and videos and everything.
Of course. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet.